Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to be discussing the HODL waves or HODL waves, whichever you prefer. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the sale on Into the Cryptoverse Premium at intothecryptoverse.com. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, the HODL waves are an interesting metric to use because they allow us to investigate whether people are selling in terms of long-term holders or if they're not, or if speculation is so rampant that there's a lot of new short-term holders. And so when you look at the chart like this, it can be hard to make heads or tails of what's really going on, but we can sort this by long-term holders and short-term holders. So this is what long-term holders look like, the HODL waves. And in this instance, we're defining long-term holders as anyone who has held Bitcoin in their wallet for at least 6 months. And what you will notice is that during mania phases at major peaks that occur every few years, the long-term holder HODL wave starts to go down. And one of the reasons for that, of course, is because people who have been holding on to their Bitcoin for a longer period of time start to sell into that. Now, you can see that there have been rallies in the past where the long-term holders sold into those moves, but you may notice that in 2019, when we had about a 4x move, the long-term holders continued to hold even through another, 50, 60, 70% drawdown. I think the reason for that is because a lot of times longer-term holders don't tend to sell until Bitcoin breaks new highs, right? And that's why, like in 2019, a lot of people sort of watched that peak come and go, but not a lot of people really sold into it because it did not actually break the all-time high. But when we did break the all-time high, you can see that the longer-term holders of Bitcoin really sold into that. And what's really fascinating is if you look at the reverse short-term holders, so basically anyone who has held Bitcoin less than 6 months, you can see that the peaks on long-term holders, on short-term holders, tend to top out right around Bitcoin peaks. So new retail enters into the market aggressively, leads to a mania phase, and then they are pretty quick to leave. And in 2019, you can see that there was not really a big push up in this metric, but you can see that it was there in 2021 when we broke to new all-time highs. You can also see that in 2017, we got this major move up after we broke through to new all-time highs. You could also go isolate individual ones, let's say the 1 year to the 2 year, and try to observe trends there as well. For instance, you can see that in this case, they tend to, you can see previously, this one tended to bottom out at major peaks, right? It bottomed out here at this peak. It bottomed out here at this peak. It bottomed out at this peak, and then bottomed out over here at around this peak. What's interesting though is that in this case, there was, it made this strong move up, and then it basically just sort of slowly goes down until sort of the peak is there. And what's interesting is this metric at around prior peaks last cycle, reached somewhere between 9 to 10%. Cycle before that, in the 7 to 8. Cycle before that, around 9% or so. Right now, it's currently at around 14%. So just another metric to keep in mind. We're going to keep this video short. I'm actually pretty sick. I'm sure you can tell, but I did want to at least put a video out right now. And this is one of those metrics that we do occasionally talk about. So I just wanted to provide an update on it. Thank you guys. You guys get it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.